Now, we all know that letting go of anger and resentment is not as easy as we think. People might say to us, "Let it go. Forget about it. Don't think about it." They might remind us that what happened, happened. However, only the person who is in that situation, the one truly dealing with that problem or individual, understands how difficult and painful it is to experience it. But here's the thing, if we need to be at peace, if we need to make peace with ourselves, we must learn a way of thinking and a way of dealing with these kinds of people and situations. That is why I want to introduce you to a perspective that the Buddha taught us to handle such people and circumstances. The reason I decided to make this video is that the other day, I was reading a sutra, and I came across a passage that I found incredibly inspiring and valuable. First, let's take a look at what the Buddha has to say about this. The Buddha teaches us to apply the concept of ownership of karma. We can name this way of thinking as the ownership of karma. The Buddha states, "This worthy person is the owner of his actions, the heir to his actions. His actions are the womb from which he has sprung, his relations, and his protection. Whatever he does, good or bad, he will be heir to that." To remove a grudge or resentment toward someone, the Buddha advises us to look at their karma. Now, what do we mean by karma? Karma refers to actions, specifically the intentional actions we commit through our body, speech, and mind. With these intentions, we create consequences. The other part of karma is known as the consequences of karma, called vipaka. So, karma has two parts: the action itself and the consequence of that action. The Buddha teaches us that whatever karma we generate with intention, whatever intentional actions we take, will naturally create their own consequences. He further explains that if someone performs actions with their body, speech, or mind with an impure intention, suffering follows that person just as a cart's wheel follows the ox pulling it. Now, let's consider this. If someone is hurting you, whether emotionally or otherwise, they are doing so intentionally. Their intention in that moment is not pure, it is an impure intention. With an impure intention comes impure karma. And when one generates impure karma, suffering inevitably follows them. So, when you look at someone who is hurting you, you can pause and reflect, thinking, whatever they are doing right now is an unwholesome action. They are going to face the consequences of that action. At the same time, consider, whatever I do in response, how I react to this situation, to their expressions, and to their behavior, becomes my karma. Ask yourself, do I need to intervene in their unwholesome actions? Do I need to collect such unwholesome karma in my life? You can then remind yourself, I clearly do not want that to happen to me because I care for myself. And I love myself. Thinking this way is a great method for handling such people and situations. For example, whenever you encounter a difficult or rude customer, what should you do? Instead of reacting with frustration, remind yourself, whatever karma they are accumulating is their own karma. How I respond to them is my karma. With this understanding, you can choose to respond to the situation with kindness, compassion, patience, and, most importantly, maturity. Maturity is truly crucial when dealing with such people. I always tell others that when someone is angry with you, yelling at you, or trying to provoke you, be the bigger person. This means being someone who possesses more patience than that person. Someone who does not react impulsively. When you face such situations with patience and maturity, you can handle these individuals correctly and also let go of your anger and resentment over time. I know that most of the time, you will not be able to do this as quickly as you would like. Even though you may feel the need to release your anger immediately. It won't always happen that way. And that's okay. Take your time. Let go of anger gradually by practicing this way of thinking. Let's say you are in a difficult situation. Someone is angry with you. And in response, you are angry with them. You hold on to that grudge and resentment in your mind. But what happens to you when you do that? The more you cling to it, the more it harms you. Who is the person that suffers the most? You are. There is a well-known Buddhist saying, holding onto anger is like grasping a red-hot iron ball with the intent of throwing it at someone else. But the first person to get burned is you. If you hold onto anger and resentment toward someone, the person who is harmed first and foremost is you. When you understand this and recognize the importance of self-care, self-love, and self-compassion, you can begin to let go of anger. This is how you should think about these situations, through the perspective of karma. Whatever others do, it is their karma. How I respond is my karma. So, I choose to cultivate good karma in my life by responding to situations with patience and maturity. I hope this insight will help you deal with difficult people in the right way. May you all be healthy and happy. Take care, and see you in the next video.